Hello, my name is Daniel Yuck. Thank you for joining today. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. In this video, we are going to be doing a step-by-step follow-along of this spiderweb style design right here. I do want to go ahead and explain each and every step of the way, so that way by the end of this video, we would have not only completed this tattoo, you would have known the reasoning behind all the choices that I'm going to make throughout this design. Now, should you have any questions at all, I encourage you to drop a comment down below. Rest assured, I'm going to do my absolute best to assist in the best possible direction. If you find this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up, sharing it with a friend, and subscribing to my channel, as I would greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, let's get right on into this. I want to start with the gear that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using Phantom Tattoo gloves, simple Scotch Shop wipes. I'm going to be using petroleum jelly, and then I'm going to be using dynamic black tattooing ink. I'm also tattooing on a piece of real skin, fake skin. I'm going to be using the Muso Toku Mercury M1 tattoo machine, although I do have new tattoo machine reviews coming soon. I'm also going to be using a CNC Police 7-round liner. That's what I'm going to be using. Or I'm sorry, I believe this is going to be a 7-round liner or a 9. If I'm correct, this is a 7, simply because there's a 7 right there. So 7-round liner. However, if you'd like, you can use a 9-round liner. I encourage you to kind of use what you'd like on your end. I will be leaving my Amazon affiliate and other affiliate links for you in the description below, so that way you can check out the gear featured in this video. I'm going to be running at 6 volts for this design right here. And first and foremost, what I'm going to do is get a little bit of ointment in this area of my pinky, and I'm just going to place it over the design like so. Since I'm tattooing on fake skin and it's dry, that's how I am going to approach this. Let's say this was human skin, I would just simply dab away in a very similar manner, remove any excess, and then I would begin. I never wipe because you don't want to remove the stencil. So where I'm going to begin is I'm going to take a look at this design, and I'm going to notice that there's 1, 2, and then there's 3 lines. So first and foremost, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on applying those 3 lines before I continue with all of these other inner areas. Now, this is a very beginner-friendly design, and it will be available for you down below, so that way you can download, screenshot, print it out, place it down on your end should you choose to do so. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to identify my A point and my B point. So this is going to be the A, this is going to be the B point. I'm going to posturize and position myself in a manner that allows me to apply that as cleanly as I can. So from here, when I go ahead and I find that area, I'm going to taper in, and I'm going to apply this as cleanly as I can. Now, these are straighter lines, so if we make mistakes, we're going to see them. However, that's a part of practice. So if you are making mistakes that you're not happy with, don't beat yourself up. Just simply finish the design, and then we'll figure out new ways to go about finding more stability to increase the quality of our tattoos. And that's basically the process of development. I'm going to taper into this existing line, as you can see, and then I'm going to commit to it. And then I'm going to bring this down this way, like so. Dab away, and that is a clean line. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have some ointment. I want to wipe away. I need to see the line work that I'm doing. So I would encourage you to wipe away all the excess ink, so that way you can see the actual results that you're working with. The idea is, by the time we're done, we need the line to be consistent, clean, solid, and saturated the entire way. As you can see, for the first line, that's exactly what I got. I'm going to repeat that exact process with these other lines right here, and I'm basically going to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to lock in all of these lines first, and then after that I'll go ahead and apply the curved lines. And that's the way that I am breaking down this design right here. I felt like this would be a much more better approach. So here it is again. Here's my A point, running at 6 volts. I'm going to taper out like so. I'm going to go ahead and go back for some more ink. Dab away right here. I'm sorry, dab and then remove any excess. I'm going to posture and position myself here. Now I do this so that way I can get this on frame here, because if I'm not mindful, then I won't capture and it'll blur out and stuff like that. So I'm going to taper in. I prefer to run at a lower voltage as well when I'm tattooing, so that way I make fewer mistakes along the way, or minimize any chances that could have potentially arose. Basically, I don't like to have a sort of rushed feeling when I tattoo. I like to be able to take my time to plant myself, spot my A point, my B point. Basically, I take my time to align all the fundamentals that require me to get clean, solid, consistent, saturated lines like this. So I'm going to do the same thing with this last line right here, and then we can continue on into the smaller inner area there. And then that is going to get repeated. You always want to make sure that you go back for some ink into your cartridge. If you don't have adequate ink flow, your technique can be correct, it doesn't matter. You're still not going to get consistent lines. So you got to have good ink flow. And then the same thing, so here's my A point. And then I'm going to make my way over to my B point. Taper out right there so I can reposition myself. Wipe away, and then we're going to apply this area right here, and then we're off to the little curves. Now, I would say this design is beginner friendly just because it is line based. However, I never said it was easy to apply. So, if your lines are coming out, jagged, crooked, wonky, that's perfectly okay. It's actually a part of the process. I do have an assortment of various tattooing workbooks that are available on my Amazon author page, and they can help you develop your lining, your shading, any fundamental that you're wanting to develop. I have an assortment of various workbooks that are all designed to help you develop anytime, any place. I do have full in-depth reviews on my channel about them as well. Head on over to Amazon.com or Barnes & Noble, type in Daniel Yuck, and then you'll see my tattoo workbooks pop right on up. Let's repeat. So one last time for this liner here. I think there's 4 lines. I'm not sure if I said there was 3. However, this is the last longer line. Just going to approach it the same way. So what my focus is filling the needle in the skin, and I give it enough time, and then from there, what I do is I just guide the needle across the skin, and I essentially drag it, giving the needle enough time to make the rounds that it needs to deposit the ink cleanly, solid, and consistent as I can get it. And then from here, I'm going to repeat that with this last portion. There we go. I'm going to dab away. And there we go. So from here, I'm now prepared to go on to these inner details. And that's pretty much it for this one. This one, again, is going to be, I guess, beginner friendly just because of its nature line-based. However, it doesn't mean that it's easy. So from here, I'm going to actually just darken this a little bit here. Just barely hovering over the skin there. So from here, I'm going to begin working my way around these curves, and then just kind of work them into the skin in a similar manner. Since I am right-handed, I'm going to start on this side over here, and I'm going to go back for some more ink, and then I'm just basically going to repeat the process. So my A to B right here, and then I'm just going to do them going inwards here. So that would look something like this. Tapering in right here, committing to the line, tapering out like so, taper in, taper out, and repeat. And then I'm just going to be mindful of the curvature all the way around, so that way we really get that sort of web-like look there. Let me make sure that I still am on frame. There we go, and repeat. So from here, there's really not much to it. It's just really about remaining patient at this consistent pace. A point, B point. Let my needle do the job that it needs to do. And in order for it to do that, I need to be able to give it the time that it needs to do its job. There we go. And repeat all the way around. Sorry if it went blurry there on you. I'll go ahead and be more present with that. And the process is just going to get repeated. That's really all there is to it. You kind of really just want to take your time with the progress. Taper in. Taper out. If you are making mistakes, I think that's perfectly okay. Just kind of finish the tattoo and then you can kind of look at what you were doing and improvements will be made. It's just a gradual process of going through it and not around it. There's no way around the progress. So from here, I think if we develop a common steady pace like similar to this, but on your own rhythm, to your own tempo, I do think that that's the wow factor that the customers and people that we tattoo will pay for. People trust us to take our time and apply this as cleanly and accurately as we can. And when we're developing, that's what we should be focused on. And this can take years. Like some apprentices can take 5 years. I'm sorry, some apprenticeships can take 5 years. If you don't have a traditional apprenticeship and you're learning on your own, then you can imagine how you're probably going to be running around 5 years before you start getting the hang of multiple variables like lining, shading. I know for me, from my experience, lining alone took me about maybe a year and something months just to actually get lining down, and then shading placement was an entirely different world of its own. So it could seem daunting at times. But you're going to notice that the pace that I use to apply the other lines going straight across is the exact same pace that I'm using here to apply these lines. I just went ahead and finished that inner circle right there. And now I'm just going to finish these last two areas right here, and we can call this design complete. I'm going to leave shading out because I think that it'd be cool to leave this one user friendly and just lining dominant. However, we'll do more advanced webs, especially if y'all like webs. We can do more advanced like wild style webs with like shading and different line weight sizes. There we go. And you can see I'm stretching the skin the exact same way I would as if I'm tattooing human skin. It doesn't really change, so let's go ahead and apply just this last area and we can call this design done. There we go. So from here, what I'm going to do is get a generous amount of ointment. I'm going to place it over the entire design and wipe away all of the excess so that way I can actually see the results that I'm working with, to see what the work that I just did yielded. And then from there, if there's anything that needs to be done, we can go ahead and correct that. Or instead, if you're just starting out and you see a lot of mistakes, you have one of two choices. You can go back and correct it, or you can go ahead and look at it and assess the theories in which you think the issues can be lying in, and then literally try this design once again. Go through the process and the follow along, take it from the top, then try again. What you're going to notice is that on your third, fourth, fifth attempt, what I'm saying is once you start doing it more, you're going to notice how you're going to gradually improve. I talk about this a lot within the Fundamental Tattoo Handbook that I wrote. There's no way around the progress but through it. You have to do the footwork in order to get better with tattooing, especially when it comes to each individual technique, such as lining, shading, dot work, packing. It does not matter. Each one, be prepared to walk into, like, for example, picture lining as its own auditorium. You're going to walk in there and learn everything you need to know about lining. Picture shading, its own auditorium. You're going to walk in there, everything you need to know about shading. You get the idea. These techniques are all worlds of their own, and it just takes gradual time. So you're going to be making a lot of mistakes, which is perfectly okay, but this would be a great place to conclude this video here. We can add shading, however, that's not the point of this video. This design didn't require it. There was no shading. This is a simple line design. So if this is what the client wanted, this is what the client gets, and these are the final results. I feel like all the lines came out clean. They all neighbor one another well. Very few wobbles in some areas. However, that's the name of the game. You just learn as you keep going. Overall, though, this reads very, very cleanly. This is really clean and well applied in my opinion. However, if your results aren't just that, as I mentioned, try it a couple more times and you are going to see gradual improvements. Now, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to drop a comment down below. Rest assured, I'll do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, as I would greatly appreciate your support, and I will be making more videos like this. With that being said, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for following along. See you in the next one. Have a great day.